Level 80, the joy of Pictomancy. Tearless hero is at the end of his tether. Matron, help me. One more complaint this day, and I swear. Ahem, forgive me for my rambling, but please tell me you haven't come to make a complaint. I'll have you know my day is going swimmingly. I haven't. Is something amiss? Well, I should warn you that a Moogle has been making a nuisance of himself here in Gridania. The palmed pest has been harassing adventurers in an attempt to rope them into some painting endeavor. Despite the lack of interest, he refuses to give up. You are an adventuring sort, are you not? If so, would you be wise to give that Moogle a wide berth? Unless you are the artistic adventuring sort, I suspect he's still loitering in the Aetheryte Plaza if my tale has piqued your interest. You there, Kupo. How would you like to do some painting? Not ordinary painting, mind you, magic painting, where your works come to life, your imagination's the limit. Ah, Kupo nuts, why won't anyone give me a chance? They could do so much good with the power of Pictomancy. You had me at magic painting. I might be interested in learning more about Pictomancy. What did you say, Kupo? You're not pulling my palm, are you? You wish to know more about Pictomancy, truly? Hooray, hooray, the name's Kupopo, and I'm extremely pleased to meet you, Kupo. I am the inheritor of Pictomancer's soul crystal, and I seek a creative individual who can carry on this arcane artistry. History lesson is in order. Pictomancy was conceived some 1500 years ago in the dusk of the 5th Astral Era. While other schools of magic that originated during that period, such as black and white, are expressions of the caster's will, Pictomancy relies on something even more abstract, the imagination. By channeling ether into a concept held in their mind's eye, a Pictomancer can give form to the formless. It's a bit tricky to wrap your head around, I know, and that's precisely why the great Archon Realm, founder of Pictomancy, incorporated the painter's tools into our art. A gifted artist as well as mage, Realm took up a brush instead of a staff and wielded ether like paint to give shape to her imaginings. Sketch. In this way was Pictomancy born, a magical discipline unlike any other, Kupo. Now, Realm was a charitable soul and never ever used her powers for self-serving ends. She dedicated her life to aiding and defending those in need. During the War of the Magi, Realm traveled the land and saved countless people with her Pictomancy, and it was for those deeds that she earned a place among the 12 Archons. So how about it? Would you like to take up the Archon's noble legacy and become, dare I say it, a Realm reborn? oh no. You didn't, did you? Wonderful, Kupo. Your enthusiasm warms my heart. As I have only one soul crystal, however, I must ensure that I entrust it to the right person. Therefore, before I grant you this dazzling opportunity, I require that you attend a job interview. Seek me out at the Carline Canopy, and be sure to come prepared with your fanciest, Pictomanciest answers of my flurry of very professional questions. Could have been, yeah, where all the people are at. Ah, there you are. I would have invited you to my cozy little hovel and put out tea and biscuits. Except I don't have a cozy little hovel, or any home to speak of for that matter, such as the life of an itinerant Moogle, Kupo. I haven't a guild of my name either, so I can't order us tea and biscuits, but we can avail ourselves of a table. And by the power vested in me, I now pronounce this interview commenced, Kupo. Let's begin with the basics. Might I have your full name? I'm Zilizathi. My name doesn't matter. I'm no one of import. Tis a fine name. Well met. Right, on to the next question. What do you consider your primary vocation? I'm an adventurer through and through, defender of the weak and champion of the realm. I'm, between jobs at the moment. I'm an adventurer through and through. Very good, very good. Adventurers are known to be a helpful lot, ever ready to aid those in need. You've the ideal temperament for a Pictomancer, Kupo. Moving along to the next question, how would you rate your artistic abilities? I'm a master of the arts, above average, perhaps. My stick figure drawings are second to none. I'm a master. Excellent, Kupo. While Pictomancer's most vital asset is their vivid imagination, it certainly wouldn't hurt to have some skills. Speaking of imagination, let's try and put yours to work. Tell me the first thought that enters your mind when you hear the word Moogle. Fluffiness and fun, irrepressible cuteness, furry little shites. Ah yes, from the fluffy fur to the merry mannerisms, I can fairly see the Moogle in your mind, wheeling winsomely in the air. Yours is a rich imagination, Kupo. Now, this next question is very important. Someone's in trouble. What do you do? Help them without questions. Speak with them first to gauge the problem. Ask what the reward is to see if it's worth the effort. I didn't expect any other answers, Kupo. If I may ask a follow-up question, can you share a recent example of when you approached a soul in distress? Come again? A hero who's been inundated with complaints about my Pictomancy pitches. Oh dear, that's rather disheartening, Kupo, but this isn't about me. What's important is that you are not want to ignore the plight of another. That willingness to serve a greater purpose and emulate Archon Realm's example is key to becoming a truly talented Pictomancer. Having considered your answers, I'm thrilled to report you passed my interview with flying colors, Kupo. I'm certain you will bear our legacy admirably. I deem you worthy of the Soul Crystal. However, I should warn you that it comes with some proverbial strings attached, a bit of emotional baggage, too. You see, several moons ago, I got into a terrible argument with my best friend. We went our separate ways, and I've not seen her since. I wish I could meet her again, try to reconcile more than anything, but if we hear aught of her during our journey together, I'd like you to lend me a helping hand. If you're still willing to train as a Pictomancer with this condition in mind, then the Soul Crystal is yours. Just say the word, Kupo. So you still wish to be a Pictomancer in full acceptance of my condition? Then as promised, I bestow upon you the Soul Crystal. To help you get started, I've prepared a set of equipment. Hopefully it fits, Kupo. Level 80, the Joy of Pictomancy, complete. Pictomancer unlocked. Alright, let's try on our job gear, because we're probably just going to put our some other gear on. Not bad. Very colorful. Alright. Now we have to level up. Level 80, mind over manner. Kupopo believes an apology is in order. Very nice. Now you literally embody the soul of a Pictomancer, Kupo. While a Pictomancer's brush may look like a big paintbrush, it is in fact a stylized variety of staff. That said, you're probably wondering why we don't just use staves. Put simply, it's much easier to bring your imagination to life through the medium of art. Magic brushes and ink allow a Pictomancer to express abstract thoughts in a deliberate manner, Kupo. As I mentioned, though, it's ultimately your imagination that matters the most. With the wisdom of Pictomancer's past at your disposal, you already possess the artistic skills you require. Now, as much as I would love for you to get to painting right away, there is something else we must do first. Let's go to Nafika's altar and apologize to the hero you mentioned, and by we, I mean off we go, Kupo. Rainy day. I'm liking it so far. I mean, we haven't started MSQ. I'm talking about just like Pictomancers. It's good. Did a little bit of Viper. So need to level that up. Suppose we'll see. Get more used to it. For the love of the elementals, no more complaints. I beg your pardon, adventurer. That Moogle there, is that perhaps? Indeed, I'm the one who caused you much trouble. It wasn't my intention to do so, and I've come to beg forgiveness, Kupo. Oh, I see. As you appear to be genuinely remorseful, all I ask is you refrain from aggressive solicitations henceforth. Agreed? You have my word, Kupo. Now that I've found a capable Pictomancer, my soliciting days are over. I'm relieved to hear it. With this matter settled, I may turn my attention to another situation. Oh, and what situation might this be? Distressing noises coming from an empty manor in the Gentry's ward. Fiends are believed to be haunting the cellar, and their nightly clamor is keeping the surrounding residents awake. Okay. Fiends, you say? Zilly here will deal with them, Kupo. Remember, it is in the spirit of the Pictomancer to lend a helping hand, to shine the light of hope for those in need. This is a welcome opportunity to put your newfound skills to the test. Rest assured, I'll be there to offer sage advice every wing flap of the way. Your offer of aid is kind indeed, and I accept it with thanks. The Gentry's ward is situated just past Epkalu Falls. Proceed there when you are ready. And ready we are, aren't we? Let the Pictomancy training begin, Kupo. You have learned all Pictomancer actions and traits to level 80. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in the Actions and Traits window, accessed under Character in the main menu. For leveling, your best bet is, I mean, obviously, like roulettes, like the MSQ, the duty roulette for main scenario, and the one for PvP offer the most. You usually get like a half a bar for that. And then, where are we going? Okay. And then after that, I just did Bozja. You get like 400,000 for gold. Any skirmish. Like, don't bother with the CEs, just do the skirmishes. Join a party. Yeah, well, I actually was going to do this earlier. But I got stuck on Dynamis. I couldn't log into Ether. The Gentry's ward lies beyond those gates. Are you ready to put your skills to the test, Kupo? Ready to paint up a storm. I need a moment to finish preparing. Ready to paint up a storm. Excellent. Time to clear out that manor, Kupo. Duty calls. Commence battle for mind over manor. Level sync is in effect. If you're above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Level 80, proceed. Item level 525, proceed. Here we are, Kupo. I sense monsters lurking below. But Before we charge in, allow me to expound upon the fundamentals of Pictomancy. You must first paint a motif on canvas, only then can you bring it to life. Try making a palm motif. Go on, don't be shy. Oh, they have actual, like, tutorial. Normally they just kind of throw you in. Well done, Kupo. Now to unleash it upon your foes. Focus your magics on that striking dummy and summon your palm muse. Palms away. Splendid work, Kupo. Next, give me your best wing motif. Very good, Kupo. Now you may invoke your winged muse against our friend, the striking dummy. With palms and wings fresh in your mind, I want you to imagine what these muses could accomplish together. By fusing them, you'll give life to a fantastical Moogle, Kupo. Think big, magnificent thoughts and envision your new friend, Mog of the Ages. Excellent, Kupo. He may not be as winsome as yours truly, but he should serve you well enough. Aside from your Moogle, a hammer stamp is an excellent alternative to pummeling foes. If you wish to provide support, I recommend inspiring your allies with the Starry Muse. Never stop dreaming up those motifs, Kupo. Your allies will thank you, and your enemies won't know what hit them. Take some getting used to, so feel free to experiment, Kupo. I'll be here when you're ready. Ready to proceed, yes. All set, Kupo, then it's time we silence that noise. The infestation is worse than I expected. We should clear these ones out first. Let's make a lesson of it, Kupo. By casting spells of different hues, your palette will begin storing ether. With a sufficiently saturated palette, you may avail yourself of the subtractive palette's increased might. Palette gauge will fill when performing single target combos starting with fire and red. Area of effect combos starting with fire 2 and red will also fill the palette gauge. When the palette gauge reaches 50, you will be able to use subtractive palette. If subtractive palette is active, you will be able to cast stronger or either use spells. Okay, we just get them all together. I was just trying to kill them all, but it's making me do it a certain way. And now they run. You're natural with that subtractive palette, Kupo. I wasn't paying attention to the quest objectives. Seems you've scared off the stragglers as well. Let's head further in. I mean, it's very tutorial-like. Normally, they just kind of set you through. Like, here, go learn this stuff. They'll teach you a couple of things to cast, and, like, go figure it out. Ah, now that's an obnoxious noisemaker, Kupo. If you've grasped the basics, I'll leave you to your Pictomancy. Show that Spriggan what for. everything. Oh, he got out of my way. Duty complete. Just play a little bit. You'll get the hang of it. I'm sure there are already videos of people having their maximum max rotations up already. We're getting kind of a late start on it. The graphic update is noticeable. Well done. I knew you'd make an excellent Pictomancer from the first. Have the soul crystal to thank for that. What can I say? I'm good. Did you really though? What can I say? I'm good. That you are, my friend, and credit to myself as well for spotting your talents. In any case, with those clamorous fiends gone for good, the residents can rest easy once more. But come, let's quit this place. The dampness doesn't agree with my fur. Allow me to congratulate you on a successful first outing. The Pictomancers of Eld would be proud. Though you may yet be a novice of the art, as a veteran adventurer, you've grasped the fundamentals quickly, as well you should, Kupo. Archon Realm didn't urge her disciples to roam the star for their own amusement, you know. She wished for them to intimately understand the wider world, to journey to lands unknown and savor every discovery, to revel in sensations, emotions, and yes, even in danger. For these experiences enrich the palette of the imagination, making one's Pictomancy all the more vibrant, Kupo. You are returned. Began to worry and came to see whether all was well. Dare I hope you've dealt with the fiends? Wonderful, wonderful. With this, all outstanding matters of concern have been addressed, and like the residents of the Gentry's ward, I too may sleep soundly once more. You both have my heartfelt gratitude. May the matron keep you wheresoever you should go. You see how happy we made him? That's the power of Pictomancy for you. And this is only the beginning. As part of your training, you and I shall travel near and far, searching for those in need, just as Archon Realm once did. You mustn't forget our promise either. Before we take to the road, I'd like to see if the locals know anything about my friend. In the meantime, I bid you dedicate yourself to honing your skills, Kupo. Level 80, Mind over Manner, complete. Level 83, Perspectives in Pursuit. Kupo is eyeing you with approval. Ah, I see you've been diligent in your training. You look more confident with that magic brush on your back and exude an aura of proficient Pictomancer, Kupo. I can readily tell these things, for I once traveled with a pair of Pictomancers after all. soul crystal used to belong to one of them. In fact, his name was Yankatilak, and he was an exemplar of our art. I cannot say that. The other was Yantalok's apprentice, a girl named Bururu. Despite having seen only 16 summers, she's already an accomplished Pictomancer, and she's the friend of mine who's missing, Kupo. I'd love to meet Yankatilak someday. Missing, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Well, she's missing in the sense that I don't know where she is, but I don't fear for her safety. With her abilities, she can more than fend for herself. It was hard for Bururu when Gentilok passed away. He was as a grandfather to her. Even now, she must be feeling so terribly alone. That's why I want to find her and make amends. Fortunately, I haven't been able to learn anything about where she might have gone. But I won't give up in hopes of picking up Bururu's trail. I will retrace my journeys with her and aid those in need along the way. I'm glad you like the plan. Now you'll want to bundle up extra warm because our first stop will be in Corinthus. Camp Dragonhead to be precise, shall we? Yeah. Okay. Just doing the quest. That's all. Gods, but it's cold, Kupo. Just like when I visited with Gentekalak and Bururu. I'm gonna mispronounce that every time, by the way. Bururu had never seen snow before, and she was the picture of glee. She rolled up a snowball and threw it at me with all her might. Then she threw another and another, and soon I found myself in dire straits. Oh, I am in dire straits. Yes, just so. I found myself buried in dire straits. Wait a moment. What are you doing here, Mr. Hearer? Well, now, what a curious coincidence that we should cross paths here. I have come to the camp as an emissary for Gridania. Alas, my Ishgardian counterpart with whom I was to meet was wounded during a training exercise prior to my arrival. I tended to him best I could, but I'm afraid the outlook is grim. Oh dear, are his injuries that grave? While the injury itself wasn't life-threatening, the resulting wound has soured. A poison courses through his body, against which my magics are ineffective, and now he burns from a terrible fever. Just this moment I recalled a treatment that would purge the impurity, but it requires the horn of a rare hartebeest, and I have no skill in hunting. That sounds like a job for our promising Pictomancer. Zilly here can find this hartebeest and take down with a few swift brushstrokes. You would aid me again? Your kindness knows no bounds. I mean, I kind of saved the world. That's what we do. It would be prudent to question the garrison about the hartebeest. The creatures are rare, but the knights may have sighted one during their patrols. Perfect. We'll have that horn ready in no time. Ah, Zillia, you are ever welcome here. Is there aught you require? I see, yours is an elusive quarry indeed. As it happens, though, a comrade of mine chanced upon a hartebeest by the steel vigil only yesterday. With luck, it will still be near. Mountain Zoo. Cast your gaze across the snowy hillside, but observed nothing of note. You spy a horned silhouette by the entrance to the Weeping Saint. A hartebeest, perhaps? Never. Yep, got that done. You have returned. Please tell me you've obtained a Heart of Beast horn. Yes, this is the horn. I cannot thank you enough. I shall use it to prepare an infusion for the ailing knight at once. No sooner did you arrive here than you helped a soul in need. Well done, Zilly. I hadn't expected to aid the same person twice, but the road is full of surprises, and a Pictomancer prospers from every experience. As you yourself said, the journey is of paramount importance to the Pictomancer. Why the strong emphasis on helping others? It sure is, Kupo. A journey to new places is a feast for the imagination, and a well-fed imagination produces more vivid pictures. If you want to grow as a Pictomancer, you can't simply stay in one place. You must go forth and see what's out there. By the way, you've been to Ishgard before, yes? Looking back on your first visit, what emotions and sensations have remained with you most strongly? Warmth I found amidst the bitter cold, the sorrow of those caught in an unending war, the grief of losing a dear friend. Yeah, harsh report. Yours was an arduous journey indeed, Kupo. I can scarcely imagine just how difficult your trials must have been. It is because you've experienced such loss, I think, that you've been able to fight on for those who can do so no longer. Thank you for sharing this with me. To hear what's important to you, it inspires me to be hopeful, Kupo. Now, as I did back in Gridania, I'll make inquiries here about my friend Beruru. Until it's time for us to move on, I bid you keep up your training. Level 83, Perspectives in Pursuit, complete. Level 85, The Crate Beyond. Kupopo is examining you a little too closely. Oh, the maddened glint in your eyes, the abysmal posture of one who has produced too many works in far too little time. I can tell you've been training hard, Kupo. Your aura, too, has burgeoned since last we spoke, lending you the mysterious mien of an artist undergoing a wild and wonderful evolution. Do you think I'm making this up, do you? That I'm stringing together vaguely relevant affirming words? Oh, ye of little faith. Thank the matron. Exactly, Kupo. We should thank the matron for... Wait, all the best to Nafika and her bounties, but why are we thanking her? I thank the matron we may speak before you depart, of course. I have someone here who wishes to express his gratitude. Our guardian friend has made a full recovery, and it is thanks to the horn you brought. Your selfless actions have saved my life. I know not how I can ever repay you. Guy ever going to get a name? You're going to be the villain. No need for that, Kupo. You see, hale and whole is repayment enough. I am given to understand that you are searching for someone, a traveling painter. Indeed, I am. Her name is Beruru, and she's my very best friend. Aw. Moved by your endeavor, I took the liberty of making inquiries among my comrades. Alas, none recall having seen such an individual. As patrolling the border is one of our chief duties, we would have noted if your friend passed through. My apologies, we could not be of aid. I see. Still, to have confirmation that Beruru wasn't here is helpful. Thank you, Kupo. It was the least I could do for my saviors. Now we must attend our next meeting, but I wish you well on your journey ahead. Where could Beruru be? Give me a break. We may not have found any clues here, but with some luck, we'll find her at our next destination, Kugane. Getting there, however, will prove a challenge unless you visited the Far East before. Wonderful, that makes our lives much easier, Kupo. Now listen closely. I have here a lovingly crafted and blessedly breathable hempen sack. I want you to stuff me inside and teleport me to Kugane with you. You needn't go up. It's a well-considered request. While I may not be replete with teleportation animal like you, I can tag along as one of your belongings, so stuff me in the sack. I can take it, Kupo. You're now carrying a Kupopo-sized sack. It would be prudent to handle your burden with an utmost care until such time as you reach Kugane. Kupopo-sized sack is wiggling rigorously. Ah, what a peaceful nap that was, Kupo, and I see we've arrived safely in Kugane. The city is impossibly picturesque as ever. Why, when I first arrived here with Baruru and Genketalak, I thought we were in a waking dream, Kupo. We were all fascinated by Far Eastern art, especially the bright, bold presentation of ukiyo-e prints. It was a treat to view so many pieces up close. What do you recall most vividly about your first visit here? How excited I was to travel to distant lands. How desperate I was to turn the tide of rebellion. How furious I was at conniving Namazu. New areas. It's like right at the beginning of the expansion. So were we, Kupo. Everything felt fresh and fascinating. Baruru was so taken with the scenery, she climbed up to the highest rooftop she could to behold the city in all its splendor. Immersing ourselves in different cultures stirs the heart and broadens the mind like few other things can. Right then, I'd like to begin searching for Baruru, but I think the tea houses would be a good place to start. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this hapless fool. Precisely, Kupo. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this hapless... Wait, who's getting struck down? Hold on a moment, it's a soul in need of aid. Ahem, what troubles you, good sir? Oh, turbulent tides take me. I'm an art dealer from Old Da, you see, and I came to Kugane to sell a masterpiece I acquired in Eorzea. But nary a day before we arrived, we were engulfed by a terrible storm. We rocked and rolled, barely able to keep the ship from capsizing, and in the chaos, the crate containing my precious piece was cast into the roiling waves. That's terrible, Kupo. Is there any chance that it can be found? Assuming it wasn't dragged into the fathomless depths, the sailors tell me the crate has likely drifted into the Ruby Sea, Confederate waters. No one is willing to go and search for me. I believe it's your time to shine again. You can help this poor fellow, yes? I know some people. Well acquainted with the pirates, you say. If you could speak with them about my crates, I would be grateful beyond words. The Confederate pirates on Sakazuki keep a close watch of the nearby waters. If anyone has seen the crate in question, it would be them. Call in the favor I'm owed for the immense deed of saving the world in order to get back a crate. My sure. What a waste of my favor. Oh, if it isn't our friend Zilly, what brings you back to these parts? Business with Rasho and Tansui, perhaps? A crate containing a piece of art. As a matter of fact, we fished something like that out of the water not long ago. But as you well know, the Ruby Sea is our territory, and anything the tides deliver to us is ours by right. We cannot just hand it over. But we owe so much to Zilly. I haven't forgotten. That being the case, why don't we make it interesting and have a friendly contest for the crate? Challenge accepted. If that's what it takes, I'll do it. That's the spirit. We'll make it a simple hunting ogre crabs. Both sides will get the same amount of bait. The person who can catch more crabs is the winner. Alright then, once you've used up your bait, bring the shells to me as proof. I'll be waiting. Perfect. Let the contest begin. Always in a rush. That when you need only lay your bait by the shore and dispatch any ogre crabs that take it. When you've no bait left, come back and show me the shells you collected from your kills. I figured. Aside from being far from the water, there is nary a hiding place for crabs at these outcroppings. This does not seem to be a promising spot to scatter bait. Oh, I'm assuming there's only 3 spots, huh? Should we come back to it? It says 0 of 3. We'll go to the other one. Peering into the water, you spot a bounty of shellfish, a favorite of crabs. This might be a prime location for baiting your quarry. Okay. Got crabs. The rocky shallows are teeming with life. This would seem an ideal spot to scatter bait. Crab, so hammering it seems appropriate. These rocks might serve as a comfortable hiding spot for ogre crabs. Some are bound to emerge if you scatter bait here. We weren't supposed to use the other spot. That's not letting me. Guess that's it, huh? All right. Oh, still fumbling around with that bait? Well, you best hurry. I've already handed in my shells. Oh, you brought the shells. I'll take them off your hands then. And the winner is Dillian. It's not even close. Congratulations. Imagine that. Gahaha. Good show. I expected nothing less from you. I'm a man of my word, so the crate's yours. Though it was just a friendly game, it was a privilege to go up against you. I'll be sure to tell everyone about it. Yes, thank you for humoring us. I hope that crate is what the merchant is after. Oh, he's still in Kugane, okay. I don't think we're going to hurry through it. Probably going to take Picto and Viper through MSQ. I don't know, it kind of depends on like where we're at level-wise. Ah, you are returned. Were you able to find my crate? Oh, traders be praised. This is the very crate I lost, and it's still intact. You are truly a godsend, adventurer. Words fail to express my gratitude. It's impressive indeed that you could track down the crate. Excellent work. Remind me, what was in this crate again? A painting? After having been adrift for so long, I hope it hasn't been ruined. Judging by its condition, I want to believe that all is well, but let us see. You gonna be in the crate? Thank the traders, 'tis unharmed, and there I thought I had packaged it excessively. Plug my palm, that's one of Jan Ketelak's pieces, Kupo. I'm just gonna call him Jan. Jan. Oh ho, you have a keen eye, indeed. This is the work of the traveling artist Jan, painted in the winter of his years. Purchased it a few moons ago from a young lady who was his apprentice. Garuru Kupo? I've been searching all over for her. Do you know where she is? Oh, she was a friend of yours, I take it? I mean, he just said it was a friend. Please tell me everything you know. Where you met, where she might be now, everything. I don't know how to say this, but from what I have heard, your friend has passed on. He had come to Old Da to sell a small trove of Jan's paintings. His works are extremely rare, so it caused quite a stir among art dealers. Expensive though the pieces were, it didn't take long for her to sell them all, and once she had, she disappeared. Her belongings were apparently strewn about in her inn room, yet there was nary a sign of foul play. None have seen her since, and 'tis rumored she found a quiet place to end her life. No, I knew John's death left a void in her heart, but Baruru wouldn't have. She couldn't have. I know it's difficult, but try to remain calm. This is a rumor, nothing more. We don't know anything for certain. He also looks very sus. But, forgive me, it was not my intent to cause you distress with these grim tidings. It was because of them, in fact, that this piece failed to sell in Eorzea. Thus did I bring out all the way to the Far East, hoping to find a buyer here instead. Now, it isn't much, but please accept this as a token of my gratitude. With that, I must take my leave of you and go meet with the prospective client. Been kidnapped and forced to make forgeries. I'm sorry, you did well, you did. But if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a while, Kupo. Level 85, the crate beyond, complete. Level 88, Baruru's Clues. Kupopo makes no attempt to hide his sorrow. Is it blue? Is it Baruru? Blue? Oh, it's you, Kupo. What is it? So sad. I've been practicing my Pictomancy. I wanted to see how you were faring. How are you feeling? That's very kind of you, Kupo. Truth be told, I'm still struggling to come to terms. If Baruru has truly left this world, it means that I wasn't too late, thank goodness. If only, Kupo, if only. Oh, it's you, Mr. Art Dealer. What brings you back to us? I've concluded my business here and shall be returning to Ul'dah, but before I take ship, I wish to speak with you again. It is plain your friend's fate weighs heavily on your mind. If you wish to know the truth for a certainty, I should be glad to introduce someone who deals in information. You think this person would know what became of Baruru? Oh yes, this man makes it his business to know everyone else's in Ul'dah. At the very least, he should be able to tell you if your friend yet lives. He also happens to owe me a favor. I shall personally ask him to assist you. Once you arrive in Ul'dah, head to Emerald Avenue and look for a bespectacled man with a self-satisfied grin. That will be him. Like synagogue or something. Now then, it's time I boarded my vessel. Farewell, my friends, and best of luck in your search for the truth. I want to know, Zilly, desperately, but at the same time, I'm so scared, Kupo. If Baruru really is gone, you mustn't lose hope. We'll face the truth together. Another way to complete the quest. Shining the light of hope for me, are you? You've grown so much as a Pictomancer. Thank you. With you at my side, I can feel I press on and will face whatever comes, Kupo. Right, let's head to Ul'dah. We'll do it the same way as the journey here. You teleporting with me in a sack. No, they don't have any glowing weapons. I looked. They don't even have like any in the, not on the market board anyway. There might be some after you can do a trial or something. You are now carrying a Koopa bow-sized sack. It would be prudent to handle your burden with the utmost care until such time as you reach Ul'dah. Yeah, I mean, like, from what they drop in the extremes or whatever. Could probably glow. But they don't have any available yet. It's, I mean, it's not technically even released yet. It's just still early release. I mean, I could have gotten, Palace of the Dead. But I would have had to turn in all my ether pool, and it just seemed like a pretty big sacrifice. Oh, no, we're right here. Okay. If that were the case, I would have gotten it for Viper, not for Pictomancer. Ooh, that was a lovely little nap. And just like that, we've arrived. Towering cityscape, the dry desert air mingling with the scent of Gil. There's no mistaking Ul'dah. Now then, we should find the fellow who deals in information, Kupo. I believe I have. That bespectacled man there with a grin that does indeed bespeak unwavering confidence. The Wyman? Well, well, if it ain't the pair the art dealer called about. You could tell who we are just like that. You really do know things, Kupo. Aye, well, that's true enough, but to be fair, I'd have to be blind as a bat to miss a Moogle traveling with the savior of the Bleeding Realm and then some. I understand you're looking for a friend. That's right, her name is Baruru, and she was last seen in Ul'dah. If you know anything about what became of her, you must tell me, Kupo. Don't get your palm in a twist. I'll oblige your burning curiosity. It was about half a year past that Baruru came to Ul'dah. She brought with her 8 of John's paintings, which she put up for sale. She sold the lot within a matter of weeks, and with the small fortune she made, she went and bought herself accommodations at the ossuary. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Afraid it is, my furry friend. Now it bears stressing that being interred in the city is not an inexpensive proposition, hardly surprising given the limited space what's left. But she made the donation to the ossuary up front and in full, an amount most folk will never see in their lifetimes. What did she do after that? That remains a mystery. Her room at the inn was found neat and tidy. You wouldn't have known she'd been there if not for some personal belongings left behind. Among those of greatest interest was a set of traveling gear, a coin purse containing the payment for the room, and a letter which said she wasn't coming back. Finding it all a bit odd, the innkeep called the Brass Blades to investigate, but the evidence led him to conclude that she was voluntarily missing and likely dead by her own hand. And Baruru really is gone. That's what they think, but who's to say, eh? There's only one way to be certain, I reckon. Of According to a priest who oversees burials, Baruru's coffin is stored in Neralig's burial chamber over by the ossuary. You'll have to open it up and see what's there or isn't with your own eyes. I'll go there at once, Kupo. And off he flies. You should go after him. Depending on what's waiting, he'll need support. He's the first NPC you talk to if you pick Old Da. The one that sends you to the Adventurers Guild. I think he unlocks Hildebrand, too. To the Thaumaturge Guild. I beg you, Kupo, it would only be a little peek. It does not make it any less an act of defilement. We cannot allow you to disturb the dead. So this priest says we can't check Baruru's coffin. Please explain the situation to him. So that is the way of it. While I am not unsympathetic to your plight, a coffin may only be open in exceptional circumstances and with the permission of family, which you are not. Sorry, but I must ask that you leave me in peace. I have my hands full with other pressing matters. Oh, and what matters might those be, if I may ask? In order to address the shortage of burial space in the city, works have been underway to expand Neralig's burial chamber downwards. Last, the excavators inadvertently unleashed a horde of zombies from an unmapped ruin, and it's fallen to me to deal with them. Oh, this sounds like another opportunity for Zilly to put her Pictomancy to work. Pictomancy? You mean the art created by the fabled Archon Realm, who roam the land lending aid to those in need? None other, Kupo. The matter of the tomb can wait. Let's tend to these zombies first. Zombie hunting. Why, I should be most grateful. The zombies have taken to prowling the Sildan excavation site in central Thanalan. Please see that those tormented souls finally know rest. Going in, like right next to the VNC dungeon. Down they go. Oh, you're a big one, huh? Zombie combe. We're going back to old. Zombie. The zombies have been dealt with. Wonderful. You have my heartfelt thanks, good Pictomancer. While you were away, I spoke further with Kupopo about his relationship with Mistress Baruru. I understand now that they were as family to one another. In light of this, and also in recognition of your service, I will allow you to examine her coffin if you would follow me. Yay! Brave Robin. Been in here before. Like an alchemist quest. Like Stormblood. This is the one. If you are ready, I shall open it. Wouldn't she have put popopo? Potato? Lalafell, why does she need a big coffin? I guess they don't want to make a smaller model, right? You've had 3 or 4 in there. Very well. Please, please don't let it be her. What? Really fast. What is this, Kupo? Painting? Yes, we can all see that and recognize it as well. This is John's final work, The Ephemeral Palace. Why was this painting in the casket? And if Baruru isn't here, then where could she possibly be? Sucked into the painting. I'm afraid no one in the Order knows where she has gone. Several moons ago, Mistress Baruru came to us unannounced. Pardon me, is anyone there? Thought you couldn't just come in here unannounced. Greetings, my child. Are you come to pay your respects? No, I was told I could purchase a tomb here. Tombs are bestowed upon pious souls who make a donation, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. In that case, I wish to make a donation. My master's paintings fetched a high price, so I believe I have sufficient funds. Would it be possible to have the tomb prepared immediately? In that manner did she secure burial rights, and so we set about making the necessary arrangements. When all was in readiness, she requested a moment alone in the chamber, so I waited outside the entrance. When she did not emerge after a time, I went back in to check on her, only to find that she was gone. There was only this painting and a handwritten note instructing us to inter it. You saying Baruru vanished into thin air? So far as I could tell, as you can see, there is only one entrance to this chamber. I organized a large-scale search, thinking she might have wandered into the lower levels, even those under excavation, yet we still found nothing. At length the search was called off, and without answers, what else could I do but fulfill her final wish? I placed the painting within the coffin, where it has remained ever since. Curiouser and curiouser, Kupo. That is everything I know. I am sorry I could not tell you more. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return to my duties. Yes, of course. Come on, then. Let's head back outside. Interring Jan's painting and vanishing without a trace, I'm not sure what to make of Baruru's actions, Kupo. What about you? Do you have any thoughts? I think Baruru may still be alive. Jan's painting must be the key to this puzzle. I haven't the foggiest. Painting's the key. I hope so, Kupo, because if the painting can't help us find answers, and I have no idea where we go from here. Because it's back to the search, I'm going to take some time to ponder things and see if I can't think of other leads to pursue. Meanwhile, please continue to train, think colorful thoughts, keep your brush arms supple, and come and find me when you feel your artist aura has grown further, Kupo. Level 88, Baruru's Clues, complete. Level 90, somewhere only she knows. Kupovo heartily nods in your general direction. Why, Zilly, I can tell you've been applying yourself to your training. But yes, the enigmatic aura of an accomplished artist is unmistakable. I'm put in mind of Jan as he was in his prime, Kupo. I always just look exasperated. Lovely. Now then, imagine a great big canvas that has yet to receive even a single drop of paint. That, unfortunately, is the state of my search for Baruru. I couldn't find any new clues as to her whereabouts, and I'm at a loss as to what to do next. Perhaps we should consider what Baruru's objective might have been. Why did you two have a falling out in the first place? I'm at a loss too, Kupo. Yeah, why did you have a falling out? I was reluctant to disclose the events of that fateful day, but perhaps I should have. Did she get, like, sucked into the first? Let us speak to the very root of our troubles, the argument that led to Baruru and I going our separate ways. On that day, the two of us returned to Limsa Lamenza after a journey, the first without Jan's company. Old age and long years on the road had taken their toll, and we had made the difficult decision to leave him in the care of a sanatorium. The smile on his face as he lay abed, he had wished us well on our coming adventure and reminded Baruru that she mustn't. Could it be? Yes, yes it must. Baruru has become part of the painting. See? I knew it. I don't blame you for being confused. I promise to make everything clear soon. Hope, Kupo. You've been the best student I could have hoped for. You've trained diligently, aided those in need, and kept your promise to me. I can't rightly ask more of you, but for this thing I'm about to do, I'm afraid I must beg you. Lend me your strength one last time, Kupo. Hey, calm down. Come meet me at Jadeite Flood. I'll be waiting. Thought we were going to go into the painting. There you are. I know you must have many questions. Allow me to explain everything, Kupo. Took a few pretty pleases, but I convinced the ossuary priest to let us borrow the painting. Baruru inherited it and the other works from John after he passed away. On the day of our argument, Baruru and I returned from our first journey together, as I said, but when we arrived at the sanatorium to see how Jan had fared in our absence, all that awaited us was a few of his paintings and personal belongings. So he got sucked in? A fell fiend had found its way into the facility a few days prior, seeking to protect his fellow patients. Jan confronted and vanquished the beast, but the exertion proved too much. Oh, he died. He actually did die. Baruru and I were devastated. If only we had returned sooner, taken a quicker route, or not wasted as much time, Jan might still be alive. Such thoughts tormented us, Kupo. Baruru took it the hardest, for she had lost her only family. She clung to me and wept like a child with her doll, and I, in a moment of poor judgment, said something foolish. I told her that she needn't depend on me so, that she could stand on her own 2 feet as a Pictomancer, and that she should. She shoved me away in anger. One unkind word led to another. We shouted at each other till our throats were hoarse. When there was nothing left to say, she stormed off alone, cradling Jan's paintings in her arms. The rest you know. Sometime after, she journeyed to Ul'dah, sold the paintings for funds to purchase her tomb, and then vanished. So long I've been unable to understand what she was thinking and where she might have gone, but the answer was right under our noses, Kupo. See, Baruru possessed such vivid imagination that she could bring any of her thoughts to life. This rare gift allowed her not only create but reshape Jan, made her promise that she would never use her powers to alter a living being. But in her grief, she did just that. She made herself one with this painting. Hard to believe, I know, but the painting itself tells the tale. Once it exuded warmth and whimsy, now it is enshrouded in a stifling pall of sorrow. This brings me to my request. Using my own magics, I want to enter the painting and say Baruru, but I don't know if I can do it alone. Can I rely upon your aid? I mean, you're dead. Be warned, the painting will be a world where one's imagination is made manifest. That's to say, anything can happen, so see to it you are fully prepared, Kupo. Let's, fix food. Kill stuff, we might get some EXP, right? All set to dive into the painting, Kupo? Ready when you are. I need a moment. Ready when you are. Duty calls. Commence battle for somewhere only she knows. Level sync is ineffective. You're above maximum allowed level. Will be synced as follows. Level 90, item level 655. Proceed. World of pure imagination. Oh, it looks like modeled after the one with you meet Becklug. Looks like we made it, Kupo. Where are we? The Grand Cosmos, yeah, but how? It's like a waking dream. Grand Cosmos. Oh, is the scenery familiar to you? You've been to such a place in another world? The mere thought of it boggles the mind, Kupo, says the guy in the painting. As I recall, Jan saw this opulent palace in a dream and was inspired to recreate it on canvas. Perhaps his arcane affinity allowed him to visit worlds beyond our own in his sleep, or perhaps someone from that world sent him the vision, Kupo. Regardless, we are undoubtedly within the painting. Bururu must be here somewhere. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go save your friend. So many paintings, Kupo. I have a bad feeling about this. Is this their idea of a welcome? Have at them. All right. His monsters, they were muses given life by Pictomancer. Single targeting these, maybe. Wear them down quicker. Mayhaps. Aye. Aye. Ta-da. Bururu, answer me, Bururu. Bururu, ba-ba-dee-da-ba-da. Bururu. Me, Koopapo, we've come for you. Come for me? No one would do that. No one. Master Jan is gone because of me, because I was too late. You mustn't say that, Baruru. You're not to blame. Even Kupopo has abandoned me, my only friend. If that isn't true, I'll always be your friend, no matter what. Please, Baruru, please come back to me. He belongs to me, and you have no place here. Master Yontalek? No, you're just a shade born of the imagination. That you should call me a shade, Kupopo. Such insolence cannot be borne. Wah! The real Yon would never harm Kupopo. I don't know him. We'll free Baruru from your clutches. You know, he might have been a dick. Like, Pictomancer, once in possession of my soul crystal, no less. An imitation, you are no match for the master you aspire to be. My imagination is my own, and it's more than a match for yours. I'll show you what this imitation can do. Bold words, but you will soon be made to know the true power of Pictomancer. Unfortunately for you, you're going to die twice. Ebony Maw. Here, within my masterwork, imagination dictates reality. I shall paint the finishing touches and shades of your terror. Who knows? But yeah, it's like it's the one from like Halicarnassus. Yeah. Eden Raids. You use the paintbrush. Okay. What are we gonna start? I think we'll just hit him right off. Can't target that. I'm stronger than you. I know it. I don't have anything to heal. Is he my Moogle companion supposed to heal me? Am I supposed to just avoid getting hit? Nothing's mine to command. What are you going to do? No. Oh, it's Earth magic. Okay, I get it. Boom, boom, boom. Yay, die. Die. Sorry, Jan. It's fun. It's fun to play. Takes some getting used to. I have no idea what like an optimal rotation is. It's like slightly less complicated than Red Mage, but slightly more to do than like Summer. You did it, Zilly. Your imagination triumphed over his. Baruru, wake up, Baruru. Come on now, you stubborn fool of a Lalafell. Snap out of it. Kupopo, what are you doing here? We came to bring you back, Kupo. We've been looking all over for you. I am the person that saved the world. Over and over again. Never thought that anyone would come after me in the painting. Silly, was it? Thank you for accompanying Kupopo on his journey. It's a Pictomancer's duty to help others. Why did you enter this painting? Yeah, we gotta help. The meaning of Christmas. Indeed, Master Jan taught me the very same, and I strove to live up to our duty. But I couldn't save him. I couldn't save the man who raised me. Not your fault, Baruru. Even the brightest, most imaginative minds can't predict the future, Kupo. Why are you even here, trying to be nice after everything you said? My best friend, and you abandoned me when I needed you, told me to make my own way. You know why I said what I said, Kupo? I'm not real, no matter how much I wish it. I can't remain by your side forever. He's just a painting. Like the Jan we defeated, I'm a product of Pictomancer, your imaginary friend and nothing more. Oh, you're drop dead, Fred? It isn't uncommon for children to have imaginary friends. They create us in their minds to help cope with their struggles. I mean, like, all primals are technically like imaginary friends, aren't they? They're like created from like hopes and dreams. But children grow up, and when they do, we disappear, Kupo. You don't have to disappear, though I painted you into being my very first creation. Just like I painted Master Jan, so I could fix my mistake, and so I wouldn't be alone. Well, she just needs a friend. Pictomancers can do wonderful things by bringing our imagination to life. We can bring hope to those in need. We should introduce her to Alphinaud. This Silly learned through her journey. So did you, Baruru. Because they both can draw. No matter how harsh reality may be, a Pictomancer isn't meant to paint over it, Kupo. Rather than escape reality, we're meant to give people the courage to face it. But how can I when those who matter most to me are gone? You carry on for them, they'll always be with you. And giving hope to others, you'll find hope of your own. Carry on as a Pictomancer for Master Jan and Kupopo? Perhaps I can find the strength to stand on my own by holding them in my heart. You will, Kupo, you absolutely will, and you'll be just fine. Oh, it's Dip. Safe in the knowledge I can now take my leave, Kupo. Farewell, Zilly. It was a joy to journey with you. Farewell, Baruru. You're my dearest friend, and you always will be. That's sweet. Almost done with it. Silly. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Thank you for helping Kupopo to find and save me. When he faded away, a warm and comforting ether flowed into my body. Magic I had used to create him, I think. That instant, the moments and memories he shared with you became mine. Shade of the Shroud, the chill of Kurithus, the brilliance of Kugane, the two of you traveled far. Felt Kupopo's desperation as he searched for me, his yearning for our days on the road with Master Yon. His happiness at having found a friend in you. But what of you? How did you find the journey? I enjoyed training to become a Pictomancer. Kupopo was a wonderful travel companion. It was hard keeping up with Kupopo. Enjoy training. I'm glad to hear that. I felt the very same when I was learning the art under Master Yan. I saw my first Moogle here, you know, the way it danced through the air, so full of life and joy. What child wouldn't have wanted a friend like that? I could create him again, recall the feeling and the image, and paint him anew. But I won't, because as the two of you taught me, the parting isn't the end. Thank you for everything you've done for both Kupopo and me. From here, I will set out on another journey as a Pictomancer. Wherever I go, I vow to paint a path of hope as Master Yan once did, and just as you will continue to do, I'm sure. Bye-bye. Level 90, somewhere only she knows. Complete. Press complete. Even unlocked. Gotta follow my rainbow. Yay.